Ever feel like there's a secret code to like
Right.
really amazing intimacy?
Mm.
Well, you're not alone.
Yeah.
It turns out there's some surprisingly simple things that can make a huge difference. And today, we're cracking that code.
Wow.
We're going to be using advice from an actual sex therapist.
Awesome.
So we dove into some expert advice from Deborah Martins.
Okay.
She is a sexologist and couples therapist.
Yeah.
She's all about helping people like enjoy their relationships to the fullest.
I like her already.
Yeah, right. Get ready for some aha moments. You might be surprised at what we uncovered. You know how sometimes the simplest things can have the biggest impact?
Right.
That's what we're focusing on today. Practical, like, tips that can just shift the whole dynamic.
Love it.
So one of the things that really jumps out from Deborah's advice is how much she emphasizes respect and communication
Okay.
as like the bedrock of any fulfilling, intimate connection.
Makes sense. Right. I mean, that's like kind of relationship 101.
Totally.
Yeah.
But Deborah takes it a step further.
Yeah.
She points out that ignoring a partner's no, even in like seemingly small things, can be a huge turnoff.
Interesting.
It erodes trust and makes your partner feel like you're not really listening to them.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, even if it's something small, if you just kind of like override their boundaries, it sends this message that like their feelings and their needs aren't a priority.
Exactly. And it creates this sense of like not being safe or heard, which ultimately chips away at that foundation of intimacy.
Yeah, definitely. Safety is huge.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got respect as the foundation.
The baseline.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do we build on that to create those like truly amazing experiences? Well, Deborah encourages us to think beyond the obvious, okay, and explore the entire body as a landscape of pleasure.
I like where this is going.
She calls these sensitive areas erogenous zones. And they're not just like,
Yeah.
the usual suspects.
Right.
It's about recognizing that pleasure can be found, all over.
Yeah, for sure. Like sometimes we can get so focused on like certain areas and forget that the whole body is like a map of sensations. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And she gives examples like the inner thighs, the lower back, the nape of the neck, like areas that are often overlooked but can be incredibly receptive to touch.
Oh, totally. I think sometimes we forget how powerful a touch in a certain area can be. It can be electric, you know?
And this leads perfectly into another one of Deborah's key insights, which is the power of a confident touch.
Okay, confident touch. What's that all about?
It's not about force
Gotcha.
or being rough.
Right.
It's about being intentional and truly present with your partner.
So like, what does that actually feel like, a confident touch? Can you give us an example?
Yeah. Imagine like a firm embrace, not like squeezing the life out of them,
Right, right.
but holding them with a sense of presence and strength.
Okay.
Or like a gentle tug on their hair done playfully and with care.
I like it.
It's about communicating desire and attention through your touch, making your partner feel safe and desired.
I see. So it's not just what you're doing, but the energy behind it.
Exactly. That confidence can really translate into a sense of safety and connection for the other person.
It's like you're fully there with them in that moment.
Exactly.
Yeah, powerful stuff.
Now let's get into something that can be a bit tricky to navigate,
Okay.
which is oral sex.
All right.
So Deborah makes a point that a lot of people don't realize. Around 80% of women actually enjoy it.
That's interesting. I think that statistic really challenges some of the assumptions and misinformation out there.
For sure. But as Deborah points out, past experiences can definitely play a role in how someone feels about it.
Oh, absolutely. You know, someone might have had negative experiences that make them hesitant or uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why open communication is so vital in this area. If your partner expresses A and Y discomfort, it's crucial to listen and understand where that's coming from.
Totally. It goes back to that foundation of respect we were talking about earlier.
For sure. So for those who do enjoy it or are open to exploring it, what advice does Deborah offer for making oral sex truly pleasurable?
So Deborah really breaks it down. She explains that a bad experience, might come from the intensity, the technique, or even just the wrong kind of touch. She emphasizes gentleness, gradual escalation, and using your hands to provide additional stimulation. It's all about paying attention to your partner's responses and adjusting accordingly.
Wow, that's so helpful. It really highlights how important it is to approach intimacy as a journey of discovery, both individually and as a couple.
Absolutely. I love that. It's like you're constantly learning, growing, and finding those new ways to connect with your partner on a deeper level.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Deborah's insights, what's the biggest takeaway for you?
I think for me, it's that incredible intimacy isn't about following some rigid script or rule book. It's really about cultivating that respect, open communication, and a willingness to explore what truly turns your partner on. And it's a process, but it's a process that can deepen that connection and bring more joy and pleasure into your relationship.
Absolutely. It's about approaching intimacy with intention and curiosity. And the best part is you can start applying these insights today.
100%. And it's a continuous journey of discovery, and it can be incredibly rewarding for both partners.
Absolutely. And on that note, we hope this deep dive has sparked some new ideas and inspired you to explore the incredible possibilities of intimacy. If you found this helpful, please hit that subscribe button and let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear what resonated